So, what are codified versus uncodified laws? Sometimes you hear statements around the California state capitol regarding codified laws or uncodified laws. What's the difference? Essentially, codified laws are those that are contained in the codes in the state of California. There are 29 of these codes, beginning with the Business and Professions Code and ending with the Welfare and Institutions Code, with 27 other subject matter codes in between. Now, some states in the federal government, for example, the US Congress, those acts are in titles by number. California does not use numbers, it uses named codes. And so the codified laws are those that are of general applicability and permanent in nature, and we find them in the codes. That's why we call them codified. As a general rule, uncodified laws are those that originate from court decisions, the common law, and general customs and practices. They're not viewed as being permanent in nature, and they're usually of a specific rather than general nature. Nonetheless, we do have laws that are enacted that are not placed in one of those 29 codes and are therefore not codified. That is, they remain uncodified. Probably the biggest and most obvious example of an uncodified law is the annual state budget bill. However, whether codified or uncodified, both are written laws that were enacted by the legislature and signed into law by the governor. While the codified laws are often easily found in one of those 29 codes, the uncodified laws are sometimes more difficult to locate. For example, a researcher may need to review the California statutes and amendments to the codes in order to find uncodified laws from a particular legislative session. This legislative publication, again called California Statutes and Amendments to the Code, is a permanent record of all the laws passed by the California legislature. The very first version of this publication came in 1850, and the Office of Legislative Counsel continues to compile and publish these volumes annually with each legislative session. The laws are published in chronological order, and the annual volumes include constitutional amendments, approved voter initiatives and referenda, and the summary digest of all bills enacted. In addition, the publication Statutes and Amendments to the Codes includes a table of code sections affected, the vetoed bills, and even a cross-reference table from bill number to chapter number. And there's also a subject matter index for each legislative session. So in this way, you can find uncodified language that might impact your situation or your case.